Welcome to the Japanese Grand Prix weekend, round 3 of this second season here on F125. Driving is Nico Hulkenberg this year. Victor Martin is getting better and better as our teammate, getting closer and closer to that double point scoring team weekend that we are yet to get at any point throughout the course of our career as Chesnoid Racing F1 team. Yet, still just edging Williams out for that 5th place in the Constructors' Championship. Rather evidently nowhere near the top 4, but 5th would be great for us this season if we can pull it off. Max Verstappen has retired from both feature-length Grand Prix thus far. He did win the sprint in China last time out though, but hoping to keep the points streak going. 7th and 9th so far from Australia and China, and judging by our Japanese result from last season, we should be there or thereabouts with the end of the points as well at Suzuka. So fingers crossed we can do well here. Again, we're fortunate that we've got a fully dry weekend, although it is going to be overcast at the beginning of the race and at the end of qualifying. We might see a little bit of drizzle, but it's probably unlikely. Obviously, it's a fantastic track. It's one of the new LiDAR tracks this year. It looks beautiful. Does Suzuka. Even at the worst times, it's still one of the best tracks on the calendar. One of the proper old school that we hope we never lose from the Formula One calendar. But I'm going to head to the track now, go and get my practice sorted. Hopefully put the car in a window that keeps us challenging for 7ths and 8ths as we progress through the season. A cheeky Max Verstappen retirement has earned us a few more points so far this year as well, and if that happens again, we'll be delighted. If not, very surprised, actually. It's remarkable that it's happened in back-to-back races so far. Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying the save. I'd very much appreciate it. It helps push the content to new audiences, and of course, subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on any more content here on the channel. Do come and join me live on stream, and you can see every lap of every session that we do. Speaking of which, I'm going to head to the next session, which is practice. I shall see you post-practice with our results from it. We maximised our resource points, but I don't feel like I'm that competitive at the moment. Obviously, we've already raced everywhere, but we've already raced everywhere at 102. We're now at 104, but the car on paper is better, but so's everyone else's. So I'm really not sure where we actually sit at the minute. But the car is all right. It's not like it's terrible, but I'm not sure how competitive we're going to be here. Points probably feel like they're a little bit further away here at Suzuka than they were in Australia and China. Certainly, I don't think we'll be challenging for a P7 like we were in China. We might stand a chance of getting some points here in this Grand Prix, but we'll have to make sure that strategy works in our favour, I feel. Now watch me end up driving quite quickly and putting in decent lap times. Did a 27.5 in practice in a quali run, which looks like it might be competitive-ish. Though Liam Lawson in the Williams doing a 27.1. We hope to go quicker in quali than we did in practice. I don't know at the minute, actually. I think we're probably going to be on the fringes of the top 10 again, as we were in the previous 2 weekends. Which, as we say, is continually about where we should be, so...
OK, when you're ready.
I think we're in that awkward position a minute where the car isn't stepping forward far enough for us at the moment to catch the front 4 teams, but we're just that little bit further ahead than those teams behind us. We need to make a jump forward developmentally, but we can't do that at the minute until parts make their way through the development stage, and we need to unlock more options research-wise with the departmental upgrades, which we're in the process of doing. It's just taking time is all. But we're only at the very beginning of Season 2, and we were hoping to have a 3 or 4 season career, so we don't want to do stuff too soon, but at the same time I don't want to not advance quickly enough so that it becomes a bit stale from a viewing perspective. So we're in the middle at the minute, which is why I think we've seen quite a few lonely stints in the Grand Prix that we've had in the past 5 or 6 episodes across seasons. But we're still getting good return. We're still seeing spells of the races where we're battling with a lot of cars on track. It's just a weird place to be when you're in limbo, isn't it, between the midfield and the front pack. Right, so it was a 127.5 in practice. It's a 127.1 in Q1, which is good progression. That's P8. We found a little bit of pace between practice and qualifying. Might be weather-wise because the track's slightly warmer, which is going to help us, but still 1.5 seconds off Max Verstappen. But everybody was at least 6/10 and only 4 people within 1.3 seconds of him, so we won't be too disheartened by that. Any shock exits? Both Sauers. Alexander Albon and the Williams is perhaps a shock, although I don't imagine this circuit is best suited to Williams' strong points. Both V-Carbs also out, and Doohan in the Williams. Martin, P14. He's doing a half-decent job at the minute, is Victor. If we had a second driver in there that we would have preferred for this season, then we would be getting points scored each weekend by both cars, I feel.
Okay, I'm afraid we've been pushed down to P16.
That's fine. Hopefully we're about to put in a lap that's faster than P11, or P10 even. Teammates definitely qualified 15th, or 16th when we eventually beat him. That wasn't a great chicane for me. Try and nip to the line to make it as short a run as possible. It wasn't great. Was that 27.4? Ugh. Or was it a 26.4? If it was a 26.4, it's a great lap. If it was a 27.4, it really wasn't. It's P9 though. We are through to the third round of qualifying. I think it would have been a 27.4 it was. A 27.1 from the last session would have actually had us P6. A lot of time to be found, and certainly we know we can go quicker than that. But we will have to go quicker than that in the next session if we're to avoid being 10th, I think. Martin out in 16th. Both Astons out. Both Hasses out. Pierre Gasly out. Liam Lawson showing exactly why it was a shock to see Alex Albon out so early on in qualifying, because he's gone and popped that P6 in that session. And it's Yuki that's head and shoulders above the rest here. Nearly 2 seconds faster than me. Yikes. Q3 though. Streak continues. I'm going to predict a P9 here. I know that Lawson did a 27.8 and he hasn't gone again. And I know that Piastri did a 26.7. Now he has gone again. But I don't think I've got that much pace in the car. He says as he does a 26.6. Have I got that much pace in the car? No, still P9. Well, I beat Piastri's first time, but he set a faster one and went 26.3 in his second lap. Let's have a look. I'm sure it was a 26.7
tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Let's have a look. Piastri lap times. Yeah, 26.744. And my 26.686 would have been fast enough for P8. But you went quicker. So it's Red Bull. Oh, I'm sorry, a 24.3 from Max Verstappen. It's just unfathomably quick, isn't it, really? 24.3, nearly 6/10 faster than Yuki, nearly a full second faster than George, who's nearly another half second back, in fact, over another half second back to Mika Hakkinen. The scale at which the faster drivers are away from the slower drivers in this save is outrageous. Just as well, the old 107% rule isn't still a thing, isn't it? I think, to be fair, in real life, it might still be a thing. It's just that everyone is so closely competitive that it doesn't matter. We'd certainly need it here, wouldn't we? So it will be a P9 start here in Japan, running from a position that we probably won't go any further forward from unless there are retirements or crashes or safety car interruptions. But we've said we're not part of that top 4. We're aiming for 9th at best every race. And so far we've managed a 9th and a lucky 7th in Australia. So points are still good every single round of the championship. We just wait and see what happens with the strategy here at Suzuka before we make a decision as to what the heck we're going to do in the race. I don't think anyone's going to have taken any penalties here. Might as well stick with me now whilst it's loading. Don't think anyone's going to take any penalties. I mean, Max maybe is going to take a penalty, considering he's had 2 engine blow-ups over the course of 2 Grand Prix. But he should have, at this stage, enough parts available to accommodate for those retirements. But later in the season, he's definitely going to end up having to take grid penalties, because he will run out of wear on those parts that he's having to use now. But yeah, he stays on pole, and Yuki in second. It was Doohan that retired as well in China, wasn't it? So I don't anticipate any penalties here at this early stage either. Senna did actually blow up right in front of us, didn't he, in the last Grand Prix? But we're still 9th because no penalties. So it will be me 9th, my teammate 16th. Yep. And nobody taking any penalties. So Martin's 16th is good. For a teammate that's only 70 rated, 16th is good. I'm happy with him. Not so happy that I'll keep him for another season, but I'm happy enough with him for now.
Radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Yeah, so my personalised is actually 11 seconds slower. Yeah, so we have a Red Bull Powertrains engine, but in real life this year, that is still subsidised by Honda. In real life, from 2026 onwards, they're going to be making it solely on their own. So it's recommending that I go soft, medium, medium, or soft, medium, hard. We do have 2 sets of mediums available to us. There's a lot of soft runners around, so I would be tempted to start on the softs. That said, I wouldn't mind maybe going medium, soft, medium. Although that last set of mediums look like they're not going to last very long, and the softs surely don't last 16 laps. Torn. I think we might go medium hard and then see how long we've got left at the end. Quite frankly, I think that's probably my best way to go about doing things. So let me just tweak it like this, and we'll see how quickly we can make our way to the end. I think it might be a case of medium, hard, soft perhaps, which is just better for me. I don't think we're going to have much pace here, and rather evidently, nor does anybody else. 8.7 is seemingly 8.5. It's the fastest we can get it. Medium, hard, soft, I think is probably the best way for us, but still, I don't think those softs do 17 laps to the end. I'm pretty sure we're going to be medium, hard, medium here. Always going to be a toughie. It's going to be a real grind, this Japanese Grand Prix. I'll leave the same amount of fuel in that is in at the moment. 3.88 laps worth of extra fuel. Oh, the hard tyre was not a good race tyre, I don't think, here. So let me tweak this, because we only had half a lap of fuel last season, and fuel is definitely more higher this year. So fuel at 3.88 at the start. We'll wait and see where we go from there. But 2-stop with 2 mediums. I wonder whether I should have gone with a harder tyre set, and we would have been quicker going medium, hard, but we'll play it by ear. We might go medium, hard, medium, and just sack off the softs because they're going to die. We'll wait and see, but for now, we shall go to the race.
Okay, incredible parking there, nice one. That's going to give you the edge if you can get good launch as the race starts.
Thanks, Mark. So we've actually come back on a different day to record the race, so everyone else's tyres look as follows, because they, I believe, have changed since we recorded practice and qualifying yesterday. Hard tyres on Hakkinen, everyone else in front of us is on the soft, and then the majority behind us are on the mediums immediately. Then there's Gasly on the hards, and then a lot of soft runners at the back as well, including no, that's not my teammate anymore, including Victor Martin's also on the mediums actually. So we're planning to go medium, hard, soft, but we could change depending on race scenario and tyre wear. Oh, that's a long hold. We might go medium, hard, medium. We might go medium, medium, soft. It's a really good start. I'm not going to get too brave and throw it up the inside there. It's just not worth it. But the Ferrari's forced wide by Antonelli. We've nipped up the inside of Ayrton Senna there, and we're up into P8 at the minute. Now the car is going to feel very boat-like through this first sector when it's super heavy on fuel. But I'm hoping that Hakkinen on his hard tyres will actually hold everybody up. and create quite the train, a train that I'd very much like to be a part of. We will find it difficult to be a part of said train because of the pace of the faster cars in front on the faster tyre, but hopefully we're able to make it work today with the strategy we have in hand. It's going to be a tall order, but we're up to the challenge at one of the most challenging circuits on the calendar, and let's face it, one of the absolute best circuits on the calendar as well. Love Suzuka. Even more so now that it's been LiDAR'd and we've got all the cherry blossom. It's just stunning. Häkkönen's been passed by Antonelli. The hard-tired runner down a position. Might just be Häkkönen that we try and cling to keep us in touch, or as close to as in touch as possible with these front-running cars.
DRS now enabled. DRS enabled.
Senna's going to have a look, but I'm hoping he's going to back out of it. We got the better top end, and he has backed out of it. Battery management is going to be just as important as tyre management and fuel management on this occasion. You see how Häkkönen is slower through the first sector with the harder rubber. But that McLaren is still a decent car regardless of whatever tyre compound is on it. So we're going to have to drive quite well to stick with the two in front. Antonelli's disappearing with Leclerc after the front three. I want to stay with these two Mazzas if I can. Piastri up the inside of his teammate, a 130R. It's a brave move on a teammate. It's going to make it stick around the outside the chicane though. It's a good move by the Aussie. It's past the Finn. Senna's going to be past me here as well. He had a great exit out of the chicane. Lawson's interested, but no dice. Back down to P9 for now. Senna's having a look up the inside of Häkkönen, and he's gotten the move done. We have Ferrari ahead of McLaren, just as we do further down the road as well.
Just focus on the driving.
We've broken DRS to those behind. So Colapinto and Lawson are fighting amongst themselves at the moment. Häkkönen is proving that hard tyre really might well be a tyre to avoid here today if we possibly can. If we can run two sets of mediums and a set of softs, that is going to be preferable to having to run the hard tyre at all, I think. Either that, or we run the hard tyre in a soft stint length and run two sets of mediums. We'll see how this set of mediums do, and if they're doing okay, then we might switch not necessarily our stop times, but our stop compounds. There's going to be a lot of decision making strategically done on the fly today, I think. As has been the case in the first two Grand Prix of the season, we are best of the rest outside the top four teams. For the time being, just clinging on to a couple of those front-running cars rather than getting gapped by them. But Häkkönen's hard tyres are definitely a factor in that, because look where those at the very front are, already coming round to end sector one as we are just entering turn number one. I could make a hard push to try and get past Häkkönen and get onto the back of Senna, and then try with battery etc to get past Senna as well.
Getting a lot of tyre deg now. We've got a new strategy if you want to take a look at it.
But I think that would just mean that we'd end up losing touch with the McLaren in front of him. And at the minute, Piastri's not that far down the road. I think with strategy, we could maybe... yeah, that's not going to work.
Understood. Copy that.
With strategy, we could maybe get Piastri today and maybe potentially finish as high as P6 if strategy can work in our favour. I'm going to try and push this medium set 19 laps if I can. Then I'll put the softs on. We'll take those as far as they'll go, and we'll try and run 2 sets of mediums rather than running a set of mediums and a set of hards. Pretty sure we've got a second set of mediums available to us.
Let's use Overtake
Which
and
we
burn
do.
off some of this energy.
Got a new version of every single tyre available to us. Hakkönen's burnt a lot of battery there. He's actually got himself out of DRS range of us, so we're going to have to get that gap back now. Typical, the one lap I'm actually doing a piece of camera, not concentrating on my driving, and I lose DRS. Gonna have to burn quite a bit of battery now. Time to go Rihanna again. Concentrate on the driving, get myself back within range. Pulling out of DRS range again. Soft runners are starting to feel it. The gap to Senna is still the same, with the gap to Hakkönen is getting over DRS now towards the end of the lap. So Senna's going to become pretty vulnerable soon. And by soon, evidently, we mean now. Now I want to make sure that if Senna hangs on to the back of Hakkönen, I'm hanging on to the back of Senna too. I don't want to get left behind here. Right, we're back within DRS. Gap's behind nice now. Hakkönen's still going, pulling the gap, but we are closing in on Senna here, showing that the soft tyre really doesn't show much life beyond 10 laps really. Which may mean that we are forced to run the hard tyre.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by
I hope not.
21.0 seconds.
But I might be forced to run the hard tyre. That was terrible. Seeing Piastri fall back towards us now as well. The front 5 are gone, but 6th is still very much a possibility for us today if we can make tyre strategy work. Keep making mistakes whenever I do pieces to camera, but there needs to be some content in the video. Can't just be 53 laps of me running around not talking to anyone but getting a good finishing position. Doesn't make entertaining stream nor video content. Safety car. Not sure what for.
Overtaking, good opportunity to pit. Keep it a bit longer than planned on the next tyres, but we can make it work. Just remember, we'll probably lose track position. Some information on Maloney for you. Okay, it looks like the problem's terminal. They're retiring immediately.
Okay, so Maloney's out. Wants me to go softs next. Really? No. I'm gonna go mediums next. Oh, I don't know what to do strategically here. We've done effectively a soft stint on these medium tyres, but we'd still have 5 or 6 more laps before we wanted to box. So if I was to box now, I'd have to go to hards, really. Which I wouldn't really want to do. But I can't box for another set of mediums because they won't get me far enough, and I'd end up having to still go to the hards at the end. I don't want to box for softs because I'd still end up having to go to hards at the end. If people in front box, I'll put on another set of mediums. It's great for those that have started on the soft tyre because they could just get their stop out and done now. Staying out isn't an option, really. That would just put me way down the pack. So it's either softs now and then hards at the end and hope that they last, or mediums now and then hards at the end and know that they'll last.
Copy that.
It's probably hards now. It's probably got to be the hard tyre now. Oh, I don't know what to do. Hards will do 25 laps, but at what cost? They're all going soft. Okay. Soft. They might be switching to a 3-stop. Soft would only get them to like lap 30, then they'd have to do 23 laps on a set of mediums, which is possible. They might be soft mediuming, or soft harding. I'm going to get the soft tyre as well then.
Slow down, your delta's negative, which means you're going too fast. Reduce your pace.
I'm going to get the softs.
Okay, off we go, back into the race.
It's probably not a great idea.
Faster than we were expecting.
But I think it's the best plan we have to stay with the group in front. And we're jumping Senna and Hakkinen in the pit stops.
Okay, stay clear of the
We're
white
up to
line on the
P7.
exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
Oh, you love that. The McLaren of Hakkinen got stuck behind Piastri, and Senna got stuck in the box
in the pits. He's coming.
with the McLaren's double stopping in front of him, so he physically couldn't pull out of the pit box at Ferrari. So we've gained 2 places there in the pit stops. That's massive. Now I really need to tippy-toe these tyres around and get them to go as far into this race as possible. So I'm going to go quite slowly here. I'll have hard set next at the moment, but we will try to get these tyres far enough so that we can do mediums again.
And make the most of this stint.
We can get to lap, if we can get to lap 30-31 on this set of soft tyres, then we'll go to mediums. Terminal damage. Zane Maloney crashed out of this Grand Prix. Not mechanical failure, terminal damage. So Maloney binned it. We will have to watch that back in the replay at the end of the race.
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap.
Here we go. I wasn't sure it would.
Make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags.
I wasn't sure it would be in this lap, but it is, and we're off again. Resuming from P7 with Mika Hakkinen having lost 2 positions, ourselves having gained 2 positions, and Senna still exactly where he was. Game on then. We're probably going to try and soft medium from here if we can. But if we have to use the hard tyres, then so be it. And very much in a McLaren sandwich here. Baked bean flavour bread. And I'm the mustard in the middle. Hakkinen's having a look up the inside at turn 1, but he's decided against it. He is the fastest car outside of the top 5 right now, Mika Hakkinen. And I am making mistakes trying to stay ahead of him. Yellow flags behind us, and a Williams is now retiring.
Green flag.
Try and get back to Piastri now. Got plenty of battery though. We'll do it. The pace that Hakkinen is showing makes me actually think maybe the hards are the way to go. Because after the softer compounds burn through their initial great grip, just being on the harder compound, whichever harder compound it ends up being, seems to be more beneficial. Poor run out of spoon, evidently. Trying to burn battery here to catch up to Piastri, but I'm just losing more and more time. I'm going to burn even more battery to try and get within DRS, and it's not going to work. Hakkinen's going to have me through DRS here, and there's not really much I can do about it. Just going to have to try and stick with Mika here.
Come on, you know what to do.
Making too many mistakes, trying to keep pace with Piastri. Try and stick with the other McLaren instead and take us back to Piastri. Such a technical circuit that you don't concentrate for a split second. You lose half a second in race time. so much tyre spin. Oh, mate, this is so annoying.
Okay, we've lost a position. That's us down a place.
I think we're going to switch to the hard tyre on about lap 28. And then try and do 25 laps on the hard to the end. Don't think the medium makes it for me. Or rephrase, I don't think the soft makes it far enough to make a medium work. So I think I switch to the hard tyre early. Try and get as much of an undercut as I can on fresh new tyres. And then just fight my corner on the hard tyres. Compared to what I presume everyone else will be on the mediums at the end of the race. My tyre wear is just too high here, really. Unfortunately. I'd have to go to at least lap 31 on these soft tyres if we wanted to run a medium set to the end. And well, I'm already 24% on the front left after 7 laps of full speed running, and there are at least 8 laps of full pace running left between now and then, so I'm going to have to box on 28 for hards, I think. Let's get back to him if we can. Yellow flags in front. I think Max Verstappen is retiring for a 3rd straight race. If it was Max in P1, that's what's happening. Either that or he's spun. Still not moving. Or is he? Max is now moving. He's binned it. Max has binned it on the exit of Spoon. It's just was sat in the middle of the bloody racetrack. Now he's waiting for other traffic. He's starting to go. Max is back up and running. Well, he's retired twice already this season, Max. And now he's put himself out of the lead this time, but he's still able to continue on. He's gone from 1st to 4th, and now has Charles Leclerc and Mika Hakkinen very close for comfort. I'm in the box now.
Okay,
his tyres have just had it.
Okay, gap to the car in front.
Nearly 40%.
2.9 seconds.
Softs aren't the one. Gonna need the hards to take us to the end from here. We're in. We're calling it. Undercut time. Oh, press the wrong button. It was gonna be a slightly slow pit stop, hopefully not a completely botched one. That'll do.
Right, let's go.
That'll do.
That stop wasn't great. We've lost some time there.
Oh, I'm gonna come out in traffic, aren't I? I was hoping to maybe come out between the Alpine and the RB, but well, to be fair, we're coming out significantly behind that group, actually.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this.
A little bit of free air. A little bit of free air to come out into. Right. This set of tyres has to get us to the end unless there's another safety car. In which case we've got another set of new mediums to go to. Right, time to take Behrman. And then get after the group in front. It's going to be difficult to work our way through that group in front because they're all scrapping so hard with one another. They're not going to see me coming. Thankfully, Doohan is on his own a little bit.
Just focus on the...
How quickly we are or aren't able to see off this group in front could decide our race. Really need to get through as soon as possible. It was a bit of a desperate move. Didn't quite work. I mean, I didn't hit Hajar. I felt nothing in the controller. Excuse me, Jack. I have not got time to be wasting, pal. Even the hard tyres are going to struggle to go to the end. We've got a McLaren in the pits. I think he's going to be going to the hard tyre as well, to be fair. From here, surely. It's going to be Piastri too. It's not going to be Hakkinen on his tyres. He's right on the back of Antonelli now. He's even dropped Leclerc.
Right, the gap from
Piastri
the
is
teammate ahead
on
of us,
the...
1.6 seconds.
I'm not sure yet. He's right there. So we switch back on Doohan, albeit a bit rudely. Piastri's gone to the mediums. Right, I want to get past Hadjar so I can get after Piastri. So I'm going to go on up the inside of the hairpin. This time we do make it stick. I'm hoping my teammate can back Piastri up here. We might be able to close in on the McLaren. Just get me some DRS on that McLaren,
The car
please.
ahead's coming to fit the mediums. Car ahead now running medium tyres.
Okay, which one of them I get DRS on? I just want DRS. Right, Victor, out the way, pal. He's not going to get out of the way. He's going to be firmly in my way in the first sector.
Okay, you're creating some breathing space between you and the car behind by a few seconds a lap. Really good stuff.
I'm going to try and time it so that we get DRS and an overtake done here. So we're behind doing the DRS zone and then up the inside of the chicane to get the move done. Aaron is in front of Piastri at the minute and hopefully holding him up. Although
Okay, gap to the car
that's
ahead,
not lasting long.
2.3 seconds.
Piastri's gone. He's just gotten through the traffic so much easier than I have. I'm not going to be able to catch Oscar. All the while, I think we're still eating into the time of the others that are probably also going to the medium tyre, to be fair. Or are they? Can they go to another set of softs? They could go to another set of softs, these guys, couldn't they? If they've got them, obviously. Häkkinen's now up to bloody second. Blimey, he's flying! Absolutely flying. Well, they've gone soft, soft, medium. I've gone medium, soft, hard. There's still some positions to be made here and points to be had, but I was hoping to maybe, especially after the safety car, challenge for a P5, maybe even. But it's taken so long to work our way through this traffic, and Piastri's just gotten away so far down the road. I think we're looking probably at a P8 or 9 again. Thank you. Well, just not making anywhere near as much time as I
Victor is in the pits now.
hoped we would. Not even close to as much time as I hoped we would. We barely come out in front of Stroll, who was right with us when we boxed.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 3.4 seconds.
Fighting our way through the traffic has completely killed our undercut. Senna's come out and he's still got a 5-second gap in front of us. That traffic has ensured that we will finish no higher than 9th, I think, today. Still a long way to go. But I think 9th is probably as high as we get. Without some further assistance. We have got a fight on our hands.
Okay,
it's not much of a fight at the minute.
8.6 seconds.
We're going to have to scrap to stay in the points here. Fighting hard with Lance Stroll. And there's Liam Lawson, who stopped for softs not long ago.
7.2 seconds.
He's still trying his best to close in on us. So there's no guarantee at the minute that we will even score any points, let alone the 2 that we're in for with a 9th place position here. Those in front have just been too quick. Ultimately, I might well have stopped slightly too early for my hards. That said, Piastri stopped significantly earlier than the others for his mediums.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
But Senna is glued to the back of the McLaren. And, well, similarly, Stroll and me. And Lawson is just chomping the time out from the two of us. This has gone from what was a pretty straightforward race to one that offered maybe some promise with the safety car and then us clinging on closer to the McLaren, the Ferrari, to now something that's actually worse than it was pre-safety car. Liam Lawson's arrived. This would be us out of the points. Rephrase. This is us out of the points.
Okay, focus. We need to stay on form.
He's positioned his car brilliantly so that I can't attack. Now, of the two, of Lawson and Stroll, it'll be Lawson whose tyres die the faster.
Well done, let's try and get past in the DRS zone.
Mine are already pretty gone though, themselves. I have to hope that Lawson just falls off a cliff before the end of the race. Lap 44 of 53, we still have 10 laps to go, which is a long way for everybody on everyone's set of tyres. I could box again for mediums. It would take me down to 14th. I don't know, as I'd stand a chance of catching Lawson. I'd need to be 2 seconds a lap faster for the rest of the whole race and get my way past some traffic.
If you think you can get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do.
I mean, at the minute, I'm not scoring any points. So the choice is either hope that their tyres die faster than mine for the remainder of the race, unlikely, or box for mediums and try and get the gap back, also unlikely. I mean, we've clung on and we are closing the gap on Stroll again. I mean, maybe it's not such a wild idea that we could still finish in P9. You going defensive or not? No? Okay, I've got to be inside you then. Lawson with a switchback. Side by side here through sector 1 at Suzuka. Lawson concedes the position. Well, that's us back in the points then. Now, can we stay ahead of Lawson? Part 1. Part 2. Can we catch Stroll again? Is the decision to hard tyres actually going to still work in our favour come the end of the race? So that gap to Stroll is coming down again. Oh, scrapping with me is what's happening. Well, inside one lap, outside the next. We hold on to P10, but scrapping with Lawson is costing us P9. I should have used more battery too. To be honest, I got a bit complacent and I thought, right, we're past Lawson. He's not a concern now. And then didn't use any battery down the main straight, and all of a sudden, zip, zip, zoom he goes with his DRS and he's past me. His soft tyres aren't so dead yet that he's not still a threat. So, concentration pants back on. There's still going to be 6 laps to go when we cross the line. Stroll is still catchable. But we've got to actually do it. We're not going to get lapped, so we are going to the end. And Verstappen, after completely screwing himself by spinning, is now right behind his teammate and going for the win. Remember when it was 5 laps to go and there was 3.2 seconds? Well, Stroll's still that far ahead. Concentration pants are rearward facing. We're not going to catch Stroll. We could get caught by Lawson still, who's hanging on with those soft tyres. Points are still points. But we have to make sure we finish inside them. So far this season, a 7th, a 9th, and hopefully a 10th. That really would be a streak to continue. Yeah, I have ABS on and I have an automatic gearbox. Everything else is done by me.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 33.
He's going to the outside this time, Lawson. He's going to make it stick. I'm going to try and use my extra grip to hold on, though. Proper scrap, this one. And if there's anyone that's going to get their elbows out, it's going to be Liam Lawson, isn't it? You know what reputation he has in real life. He is a scrapper and a fighter. And he's scrapping and he's fighting. And so far, if he times it right, he could nab a World Championship point for his efforts. Lawson's going to be with me every lap to the end now. My tyres are really, really feeling it. And he is going to be sniffing the whole time. I'm going to save battery.
The pace is strong.
I don't mind sitting behind him for a lap to try and take him back on the final lap. If we're ahead out of spoon 2 on lap 53 and I've got some battery left, then I think we can get a World Championship point today. But it's all about where and when we choose to make this next overtake. Yuki holds off Max Verstappen to win behind us. Literally not far away from getting lapped. We are the last car to not get lapped. And by doing so, we have ourselves the chance of getting past Liam Lawson and into the points to keep the streak at the beginning of the season for Nico Hülkenberg going. He's a very consistent point scorer in real life, which is why we chose to look to sign him. We have half a lap to try and make it 3 from 3 this season. Got to be clean through spoon. Good spoon 1. A decent spoon 2. 90% of battery. He's burning all of his, I'm burning all of mine. Who's got enough? Who's got the brakes and the bravery to throw up the inside of the chicane, get it stopped, keep it on track, within track limits, to take the position and the point. Oh, it could have been a plane crash. It's not, it's a point.
Okay, pick
that
up
was
and bring it home.
Just on the fringes of legality or not.
That was pretty clean and I drove well, I think.
1 World Championship point for Nico Hülkenberg. 1 World Championship point. By about that much inside track limits on the outside of the chicane. Lawson tried the switchback but didn't have the traction to do it on his worn softs. But fair play to Yuki for getting the job done. A win for him. Second for Max Verstappen by 1.2 seconds. And then, well, look at 3rd, 4th and 5th. Within 3 seconds separating those chasing the podium. Charles Leclerc 6th, Piastri 7th. Only 2.4 seconds between Piastri and Senna. Stroll in the end, a full 5.5 seconds really between ourselves and he in 9th. But we gave it our all. I do want to have a look and see what happened in the 14th lap that caused the safety car before we go anywhere. And it was on lap 14, and it was Maloney that did something. What was it that Maloney did that brought the safety car out? Because it said terminal damage. So I'm very curious to see what terminal damage... Oh, okay. So Maloney comes around the second turn, bins it, but keeps his foot pinned. Rather than trying to brake and to stop the car from pirouetting, He keeps his foot pinned and actually drives himself into the wall, where he then loses a wheel. And that's what brought out the safety car. Deary me, Mr. Maloney. That is not great from you. But have been there myself, so I won't judge too much. I used all of my repair allowance, unfortunately. Fan sentiment goes up a little bit, but not really moving too much at the moment. No changes in livery for now. We will not be that far away from unlocking a different version of a logo for a sponsor we already have, but we will have no new sponsors yet, I don't believe, at this stage. We've got an event in the personnel facility. We can up the workforce hire rate or not. I mean, yes, we need to. We need those people on board. It's not long to go until the Bahraini Grand Prix, so we'll just do the fan rating boost there. Messages, points on the board, is what it will say. Our rivalry is intensifying. Aston Martin just 3 points behind us. Significant fan rating awarded upon victory. We need to ensure that we win that rivalry, and then we might actually get ourselves up to fan rating number 5. Plenty of stuff to be researched and developed. That's another upgrade there. We now can't do anything else on the aero side. We can do the brakes, and then this is the last one we can do on the chassis side. We can't do anything else on the powertrain side, and only one more left on durability. So we are literally now as progressed and as developed as we possibly can be without being in the third phase of our parts development and our faculties. So we absolutely need to spend the money, but we've been spending the money, to be fair. It's not like we haven't spent money on upgrading the car. We just haven't quite, on upgrading the departments, we just haven't quite gotten to the point where we can improve them so much so that we're able to... Hello, thank you, Crypto Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg's got 62. Martin has 63. That's weird. I equipped it to Hulkenberg. It's gone on Martin's car. That's strange. We are just behind Williams and Ferrari, supposedly, just ahead of Aston Martin, still in the performance index, and still 6th in that progress chart. Can't do anything else on this front yet. We need to get into phase 3. I'm not going to be able to upgrade anything else until we get into phase 3, which is a long way away yet, I think. We need the aero breakthrough, and we need the chassis breakthrough, and it's a long way away at the moment. We're going to be stalling a little bit in this second season and potentially falling slightly further backwards towards some of our rivals before we have the opportunity to then start moving forwards again.
We have a part or two ready for development because they finished research.
That's excellent.
Let's get that in motion.
Nothing else can be researched, but is there room to develop anything else? There is, but I don't have anything to fill that slot. So no, ultimately there isn't room to develop anything else. So that will be us then as we head towards the... well, actually, it's something on the personnel side gone through. It has. So we can improve on the personnel side a bit more. We can start to improve our second driver again. I might go for pace again. Martin has been getting quicker with the pace improvements, so let's do that again. So pace there. Pit crew level training is going to pass in a single day, but I think we're on the weekend of the Bahraini Grand Prix. Indeed we are. That will be for us in the next episode though. So do join me in episode 4 of season 2 for the Bahraini Grand Prix. Thank you very much for your support on episode 3. We just kept the point streak going and we pray that it continues into Bahrain as well. I'll see you then.